We just have a few ingredients for this. I have some green tomatoes. These are from our garden. We still have lots of tomatoes growing. This is an interesting striped variety. And then we need about 300 millilitres or half a pint of either malt vinegar, or you could use cider vinegar, or you could even just use cider or wine. Hello and Grande Rising everybody, welcome back to my channel. We are maybe just about 10 weeks off until Christmas, and I'm aware that some of us do like to make foodie presents. I was looking through a few of my recipe books at the weekend and found in the Cooking for Chaps book an interesting recipe for Chaps chutney. I would call it gentleman's relish. This is a no-cook chutney, so even the man in your life can prepare it. It's super easy. It takes up to 3 months to mature. I think it would be ready round about Christmas or New Year. So we just have a few ingredients for this. I have some green tomatoes. These were from our garden. We still have lots of tomatoes growing. This is an interesting striped variety. These have all been washed. For the recipe we need 140 grams of those. I have 150. It's near as done it. Then I have this apple. This we foraged while we were in Norfolk the other week. They're really cookers, but they're not that sour. They've got a little bit of sweetness to them. We need 110 grams of this apple, either finely chopped or grated. The recipe calls for 110 grams of dates chopped. I have no dates, but I've had a look in my store cupboard and I have these lovely apricots, and they will do just the job. We need 110 grams of brown sugar and ideally 110 grams of raisins. I have none, but I do have sultanas, so I'm using those. And then we need about 300 millilitres or half a pint of either malt vinegar, or you could use cider vinegar, or you could even just use cider or wine. This should be enough to fill a 750 gram jar. This is the largest jar I have. If there's any leftovers, I'll also make a small jar. This has been sterilised. I washed this and the lid thoroughly, and I put them in an oven at 120 Celsius for 10 minutes. You want the jar to be cold before you assemble everything. Now really this recipe is adapted from recipes that were popular around the time of the Raj, especially during the Victorian period. Of course, the end of the Raj happened in around 1946 or thereabouts. It says, in Henry Moses' 1850 tome, Sketches of India, we can gauge the wide popularity of mango chutney during the height of the British Raj. This was British occupation of India. The number of mangoes that a practised person may eat with impunity is really astonishing. A little pale brandy is taken afterwards by way of security, and a bath to get rid of the jaundiced complexion is sometimes absolutely necessary. Since then, the British have calmed down their enthusiasm for mango chutney, and dozens of other chutneys have emerged. This one is a classic old world recipe that uses the sorts of dried fruits once newly arriving in England along the silk route, as well as green tomatoes, which limp British summers can ensure are often plentiful. You could, if you wanted, instead of the apple, you could probably use mango if that's all you've got. I think any kind of slightly sweet fruit to take the place of an apple would be okay. You could use maybe even some pineapple. It's entirely up to you. Anyway, it looks to be an interesting recipe, so let's have a go at it. I'm not going to bore you with me chopping all the ingredients, so I will do it and I will see you back then. Right, all those lovely ingredients have had time to melt and soak together. It's smelling really good. So now it's time to pack the mixture into the jar or jars. So let's do that. This funnel makes the job a lot easier. This is great for jams, chutneys, that kind of thing. The funnel bit there goes over the top, like so, and then we just spoon it in. We want to pack this in as tightly as possible. It does have its own liquid. We're just going to add everything and then top it up with vinegar. I think all this will get in this jar, especially if we press it down well. There we go. So now I will top that up with some vinegar. You could probably get a little more mixture than that in there, but you want to leave a little bit here for expansion. This is already spiced, this vinegar. So there we go. Cover it to the top, put the lid on, tight. I'm going to give it a little shake, and then this goes in a cool, dark place. Shake it periodically, and as it ferments or pickles, it will form a seal on the top of the lid. So you will then have something that's really food safe, and you can give it to somebody as a gift, and they could consume it within the next few months, although it probably won't last that long. If you want to, when it's done, you can tie a tag around here with the name of the chutney, and you could put a jam top on as well. But I wouldn't do that until it's had its 10 to 12 weeks pickling, just in case you get any seepage. So here we are then. This is my Chaps chutney, or gentleman's relish, full of goodness. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. Please comment, would you like to see more of these recipes? It's certainly a good way of saving money, because these days Christmas is so commercialised. It's nice to get back to basics. And let's face it, money is getting increasingly tight. Everybody enjoys a food gift, I find, and it's ideal for giving to a man in your life, whoever that may be. And it's also easy for a gentleman to prepare as well, because no cooking is involved, just a little bit of prep. Please share, please subscribe, ding the notification bell, ding 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 ding. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon for the next one. Until then, bye for now.